For our broadcasts, we will be using the Panasonic AG-CX10 camera. This 4K capable camera has a 24x zoom lens, XLR audio inputs, and is capable of streaming directly from the camera with no extra equipment required. First, let's review how to mount it to the Kayer BV30L tripod. The tripod plate provides a quick release mechanism to allow us to load and unload our camera for quick setup and teardown. First, we need to mount the tripod plate to the bottom of the camera. Locate the thread hole in the bottom of the camera and align the plate so the arrows point forward to the front of the camera. Hand tighten the screw, then gently finish tightening with a flat screwdriver. Do not over-tighten. Just tighten until the plate is snug and secure. To affix the camera to the tripod, slide the tripod plate from the back of the tripod, where the handle is attached, forward through the guides on the head. Move the plate until the camera feels relatively balanced, then tighten the ratcheting lever until the plate is secure. The ratcheting lever pulls out and rotates without turning the tightening mechanism, so you can reposition and tighten or loosen it more. This is especially helpful as you may not be able to completely rotate the lever without hitting the underside of the camera. To remove the camera from the tripod head, loosen the ratcheting lever until the plate slides freely. Slide the camera backwards off the tripod head until it catches on the safety lock. Then press the safety lock in to fully release the tripod plate and camera from the tripod head. We will want to level the camera on the tripod. The BV30 head is equipped with a bubble level to help us accomplish this. Begin by loosening the level handle and tilting until the bubble is centered. Then tighten the head in the ball socket until it is firm. Now let's learn a little bit more about the camera. To open the lens cap, locate the switch lever just behind the lens hood and lift it to open the cap. You should see the lens revealed after lifting the switch. To close the lens cap, simply reverse the process. This camera is equipped with a flip-out touchscreen. Gently pull the screen away from the camera at the back, as demonstrated here. This touchscreen will be used to access menu items for the camera settings. Once the view screen is open, you can locate the power button on the body of the camera. Press for a moment and the camera will turn on. Reverse the process to turn the camera off. The camera has a built-in Wi-Fi, but if possible, it is preferred to use a hardwired Ethernet cable. The Ethernet cable attaches via two adapters that are supplied with the camera. We find that mounting the Ethernet adapter in the unused microphone slot helps to keep the cable out of the way and secured. Simply insert an Ethernet cable into this adapter if you have one. To zoom in and out during the broadcast, use the rocker lever on the right upper side of the camera body. To power the camera, connect at the rear of the camera by opening the protective cover and inserting the power cable. The AG-CX10 is equipped with a built-in light which is triggered by a switch on top of the handle. We will not be using the light for the broadcast. Okay, it is time to look at the menu settings for the camera. To engage the menu, press the menu button located at the bottom left side of the camera. You can also press the dial wheel to load the menu. The dial will help you scroll through the menu options. This is the main menu. Generally, the camera settings should already be set for you and will not require adjustment, but it is a good idea to understand them just in case. We won't go through all the settings, but just touch on the most important ones for streaming. Let's begin first with System. The frequency should be set to 59.94 Hz, the file format to MOV, and the record format to 1080 29.97 at either 50M or 100M. Even though we aren't recording, these settings need to align with our stream settings. Under networking, we will set our device selection of either USB LAN for a wired connection or WLAN if wireless is the only option at your location. We will choose streaming for the network function. Under streaming, we will select a streaming format which will work in limited bandwidth situations. For now, we will standardize on 1280 by 720, 30 frames per second at 2 megabits. Set the start trigger to be camera. Okay, skip down to the receiver URL. This is the stream URL we will send to. This can be somewhat long to enter with the on-screen keyboard. It can be done, but there is another way. We can use an SD card. Let's take a look at that now. We will need a Windows PC computer, the SD card prepared for the camera, and an SD card reader-writer if your computer doesn't already have an SD card slot. The P2 Network Settings utility has been preloaded on the SD card for you, but can be downloaded from this address if necessary. Locate the Panasonic Utilities folder, P2Net Gen folder, and launch the P2Net Gen EXE program. Once the application loads, click the Streaming tab, then click the RTMP sub-tab. The streaming destination URL is entered here in the format of RTMP:// the URL / the stream key. In this example, we are pasting the values from the YouTube Live dashboard. Then click the Export button. When the dialog appears, select the SD card drive letter and click OK. Be sure to safely eject the SD card before removing it. Next, insert the card into one of the camera slots on the left side of the camera. Return to the menu settings on the touchscreen to continue. Select the Load SD card option, then select Yes. This will load the stream destination address directly into the receiver URL field. Now let's return back to the network menu options and select USB LAN IPv4 setting. We need only to check that the DHCP value is set to client. The final setting we want to check is under Camera, User Switches, or User SW. We have pre-assigned both User 1 and User 5 switches for starting and stopping the stream. You can use either. The User 1 button is located on the top left, while the User 5 is on the right side by the zoom rocker. The XLR audio inputs are located on the handle near the light. Insert the cable into input 1 until it locks into place. To remove, lift the locking tab below to release, then extract the cable. The audio controls are on the opposite side of the handle. Set both Channel 1 and Channel 2 inputs to Input 1 and both inputs to the center setting of Mic. Adjust the audio level with the dial. It is a good idea to monitor the input with headphones. When we're monitoring the levels, it's important to make sure that our audio is loud enough, but not too loud. If we turn it up too loud, it will have a distorted sound and it won't sound good. You can see by the red levels that we are peaking, so we need to back it down just a bit. It seems to operate best if you follow the little indicators. You want the audio levels to float just around that indicator. Now it is time to start the stream. Simply press the User 1 or User 5 button to start it. Then press again to stop the stream. Thank you for watching this video introducing the streaming features of the Panasonic AG-CX10.